Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round one. We have round one of our Modern Challenge. We have a treat of a matchup here. Currently, we have Benjamin Coursey, famed local grinder, level 2 judge, and recently top Ford GP Vegas, the modern portion. Excellent player. I've known him for years. He actually certified me as a judge. Great guy. And he is versing, weirdly enough, I could not have planned this better, my roommate, Bill Curtis, on Skred Red. Now, Bill has been playing Skred for about a year. He really likes the deck. He's been always jumped around decks, but this is the deck that really spoke to him because it was just powerful enough that he could easily misplay and still do well. And Ben has been playing Affinity for years. Spectacular player. Knows Affinity in and out. So let's see how this matchup goes. I think it's pretty good for Skred, as long as Ben doesn't just absolutely dump his hand on turn one. But we will see. So we have Ben on what looks like a mulligan to 6. Looks like Bill has kept his 7. I do not know if Bill has prior scouting knowledge enough to know what Ben is on. Ben on his 6. See if he can find a hand that looks playable. Alright, we see a double Gal Blast. We see a 1 land. He is keeping this, scrying 1, topping. Bill won the die roll. Land into a card that does nothing in this matchup. 1, 2, 3. Take 2. It looked like a Mox Opal. The glare is a little bad on that. We'll have to try to fix that for round 2. Turn 2, we have a Mind Stone. Now, Blood Moon is kind of in a weird place in this matchup. I don't think it's spectacular, but it's decent. Oh, yeah, now that's a problem. So, he has cast a turn 2 Etch Champion. That is something that Bill's deck does not have a lot of answers for main board. So he has a Blood Moon, alright? So he's going to shut off any man lands that come down over the course of the next few turns. It's not great against the current board, though. Red. Looks like a Arcbound Ravager. Eat my Mox Opal. Play a Mox Opal. Attack for 3. Holding up double Gal Blast. Bill draws. Finds another snow-colored mountain. His hand is not looking fantastic right now. Thinking about his plays. 3 mana. He's thinking about playing that Koth. Plays the Koth. Frantically finds a die. So he's going to untap a mountain. And attack for 4. Now this does leave the Koth vulnerable to an attack next turn. And there is lethal. Oh, it's not lethal actually. I'm sorry. A second Etch Champion. Sack. And attack. And you are dead. Alright. Game 2. Ben making quick work of Bill with a Etch Champion draw. I don't think he has many answers in his board. He has a decent amount of artifact removal in his board, but not a whole lot of answers to Edge Champion itself. Which is going to present a real problem in this matchup. It definitely gets better for him post-board, but we will have to see. Oh, there we go. I will make sure to actually update the life totals this game. But that game was blistering pace. 5 minutes and done. But I mean, that's what you kind of expect with Modern a lot of the time. Some strategies are just so linear and so quick that no amount of answers can answer them, and it's over like that. It's also one of the great things about Modern. Something I really dislike about Standard is just how long it takes to play the games and how grindy all the games take. Even games that are like very aggressive can take up 7, 8, 9, 10 turns to actually end. But with Modern, nope. The aggressive games that are really aggressive, turn 4, done. That's it. Allows you plenty of time in between rounds. So post-board, Bill is bringing in, let's see, Vandal Blast, Biforce. Looks like he's bringing in Ensnaring Bridge. Probably his one of Ingot Chewer. Let's see, I think he's bringing in his Boros Reckoner, it looks like. It's a pretty good side-in. Certainly not bad. Though I question why he didn't. He has a Blasphemous Act in his board, so I question why he doesn't bring that in as well. Just for the intense blowout potential of that combo. One thing that really works to Bill's favor is the play in this matchup. Play versus draw in the Affinity matchup is just so integral in any matchup, really. Like against anything, Affinity is always worse on the draw. Shuffling is taking longer than the game took. And the unfortunate thing for that previous game also was that draw from Bill really was just an average draw for Skred. It was a little bit above average. It was honestly pretty good, but just wasn't good enough against Affinity. Alright, this hand from Bill looks like definitely not a keep. I believe it was 2 lands, 5 drops, Lightning Bolt, maybe a Skred. Ben has chosen to keep his hand. Looks like he has found something strong enough to keep on the draw. I see he has at least Spell Pierce in his hand, which is definitely very powerful in this matchup. A lot of what Bill's doing is spell-based. Alright, let's see what Bill's 6 brings him. Bolt, Anger, Blood Moon, Relic, still in the deck. That's kind of strange. And, oh, yep, the Blasphemous Act. He did bring the Blasphemous Act in. So he is going to 5. I don't know why he didn't set out the Relics. It seems like an easy takeout to swap those 4 out for literally anything else. I guess, I mean, worst case scenario, it's 2 mana cantrip. I will say, though, we might see some very spicy cards out of Ben. Ben has a very, I'll call it, not standard sideboard practice when it comes to Affinity. He plays some pretty crazy things like Vapor Snag, which is something you really don't see in Modern much anymore. But, alright, so it looks like we have actually a pretty good 5. He has 3 snow-covered lands, a Snaring Bridge, and a Koth. For a 5, this is pretty much as good as it can get. So we have land, 0-drop, 0-drop, double Memnite into Mox Opal, Glimmer Void, into a Steel Overseer. It's very good here, especially considering I don't know if this... Oh, yeah, he's holding with Mox Opal, so I do not believe that this is going to resolve. Yeah, this bridge is not going to resolve. And this game just went from potentially very winnable to almost unwinnable. I'm not counting Bill out just yet, but this is not looking good for him at all, especially with a Steel Overseer activation. And not looking like he has a whole lot of follow-up post this. He can play Snow-Covered Land, play a Koth, tick up, but that doesn't really do much here on this board. So he took 12. Bill at a hearty 12. Spell Pierce. Second Spell Pierce. Oh, this is just brutal. I do not see a line where Bill gets out of this one. And a Gal Blast drawn. My God. Ben doing the math in his head. Activate, attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Attack for 8, put you to 4, and Gal Blast you. And the game is over. Ben Coursey moves on to 1-0, putting Bill Curtis into 0-2. I am sure I will punish him for the remainder of the day about that match. Alright, so that was round 1. I'm going to pull Ben back here for a quick interview. So catch that next in the playlist.